Hello there everybody, and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. Today we have quite a few events that I would like to sort of get out of the way, and so I have a busy day planned. Inside my house here you might be able to see a small few changes that I've made, and some of my money has disappeared. I decided first of all that I wanted to finally do the last of my tool upgrades. So I went ahead and I used my last gold bars to update my sickle and my hoe to gold, which now means that all of my tools are fully upgraded. For some reason that just sort of slipped my mind and I didn't get around to doing it. So that cost about $20,000 to do that. And then I decided I wanted to get some new furniture. So I bought a new kitchen table, I bought a double bed for when I get married, and I also bought some other furniture that I haven't quite put out into the house yet, but I might want it later on for when I expand the house. I bought a large cabinet to store items. I bought two different types of tables. I bought a sofa, and so those were all a few $1,000s when it all came up to pay for it, but I'm slowly making my money back through crops and animals and those sorts of things, so I'm not too worried about it. But I thought it was kind of time to change the decoration a little bit. And I should note as well that someone has told me that when you go get married, you give your significant other the blue feather. You don't actually need the double bed to get married. Apparently, you will get one for free if you don't already have one. So that might be worth saving a bit of money on if you don't want to pay for one. But I had the money and I just thought it's about time to get a double bed in preparation. And so there's that. I don't think I really did a whole lot else yet that I can really update you guys on. I've been growing more flowers and keeping those. Here I've got all of my seeds for fall, all ready to go for when the fall season comes. And other than that, I've just been continuing on giving out gifts and doing my regular chores. So look at our first event here as we step outside the door. And as you can see here, we are now able to get our blue feather. The little blue bird of legend is flying around, and it's headed over to the Caramel Falls. Once you spot that bluebird, you can at any point in time go and pick up the blue feather. You don't have to do it right away. If you're busy or if you just forgot about it, all you have to do is just go to Caramel Falls anytime after seeing the sighting of the bluebird to go and pick up your blue feather. I had 2 days of storms, and so a few of my crops have been wiped out. You can see that it took a corn plant and it took a tomato plant, and I think it also took one of these other plants that I had actually harvested and replanted. So really not that deadly compared to some other Harvest Moon games where storms just really destroy your whole field. They knock rocks and branches and put lots of weeds on the field and have massive crop devastation. It was nothing like that. But I actually had storms 2 days in a row, which was a little bit unusual. It did give me a bit of time to get some things done, obviously because I didn't have to water. I guess I'll go over to the far field first, since I'm closer to that, and I will go water everything over here. I think I've used up the last of the seeds that I purchased from Taylor now, and so I'm not going to do any more planting. Once I pick everything out from this field, I'm just going to leave it and have it cleared out for fall, where I can start over again with planting some new flowers. So it looks like I have a few things to pick here. So I'll go ahead and ship those. I got some tomatoes to ship. Some honey. Are these ready? These plants? No, not yet. These are very tall. I don't know what kind of plants those are. I want to say they're sunflowers, but I'm not too sure. Hopefully all this stuff will come in within the next few days, and I won't have to worry too much about coming over here to water. It's really not that much effort, but it does take a little bit extra time in the day. So when the rest of these flowers come in, it will just be kind of one less thing to worry about. And I think with all of the blue herbs that I've grown, I'm not going to run out. I have about 30 in my inventory right now, and I still have 3 rows growing, so I hope that will do me for a good long time and I won't have to worry about running out of those, and I can use those for dyeing my yarn, which is pretty much the only thing I'm going to use it for. I'm not going to use it for gifts or anything like that because they are the most valuable herb that's available. And you can only grow it in this season. I can find it laying around by random happenstance and whatnot, but if I have a large supply of them, then that should keep me going in case I don't have any luck finding, you know, random ones laying around. I think I just have one more row here to water. It gets a little bit hard to see what you're watering when the trees are so tall. The plants are so tall. Alright, I think that takes care of that. So now I can take my watering can and go back to my other field since I have to water that as well. And I cannot forget to go and feed my silkworm and grab my eggs. And then after that we can be on our merry way and we'll go do the other things I had planned for this video. We'll go find our feather since it's close to our house. And it shouldn't take that long. And then what I want to do is I want to meet our neighbors. We've actually had 2 people move in the summer season that I just haven't had a chance to go and meet yet. We had someone move in on the 1st and we had someone move in on the 15th. It's a beautiful sunny day today and both of the businesses where they work are open. I should be able to find them both with no issues. So I got some nice quality eggs here. I'll go ahead and just quickly make some of these into mayonnaise and feed the silkworms. And I'm looking forward to fall because again, we're going to see a new flea market and it's going to be the new flea market with all of the villagers. It'll be a full market, not just poor Ellie selling stuff completely on her own. And we also get to change our clothes and see our new outfits and do that sort of stuff, and that should be a lot of fun. So I think I'll keep some of the stuff in my inventory for now. Some of the stuff I'm saving for cooking. I'm gonna put it in my refrigerator or store it, and I still have plenty of space in my bag here. Now that everything on the farm is looked after and taken care of, let's first go to Caramel Falls. We'll pick up our blue feather and then we will go from there. So we saw the bluebird flying off in this general direction, and so it should be here. I haven't been here in ages because I haven't had to use the hot spring because my stamina bar is so high. And there it is, you can see the little birdie flying around, and it was so generous as to drop us one of its feathers. Perfect! It's as simple as that. That's all you have to do to get your blue feather. I suppose what I'll do is I will head to Brownie Ranch first, which is where we're able to meet one of our new neighbors, and the other area where we can find our second neighbor is at the clinic. So those two areas are quite spaced apart and far from each other. We're gonna have to do a little bit of walking today. On days like this, of course, it would be very, very nice to have some sort of animal like a horse or an ostrich to ride around on, but I think we'll be able to go from Brownie Ranch to the clinic before the clinic closes. So on a nice sunny day, after getting the notification that a villager has moved in and to find them at Brownie Ranch, you can walk up to where the coop and the barn are. And here we'll be able to meet our new villager. You can see he's here tending to the animals. And it's none other than Gray from the older Harvest Moon games, the same generation of games that Ellie is from. So we actually have two recurring characters here. If you want to buy any animal products or anything like that, talk to Renee. Gray, something's wrong with one of the horses. That's Gray, he's from Green Ranch. We asked him to come here to train horses. He's not very friendly with people, but he's great with the animals. Anyway, I'm glad you met him. We already went by Gray's house. He actually has his own house that's built beside Calvin's house in the Maple Lake District. And it's interesting that they mentioned Green Ranch. If that's the case, then it's actually canon that that is the Gray from Harvest Moon 64. We're also going to get another event here, and I'm not sure what this is. Renee, for some reason, is talking about the windmill coming back on, which I find a bit odd because this event usually triggers right after you make Darren's rainbow and the wind comes back. I've gotten this cutscene as a boy, and I'm wondering if that's because I see her more on my mail file to give her gifts. It's possible that just playing as a girl, I've never sort of stumbled upon her, but I think that that's kind of odd we're getting that now. This is kind of old news at this point. She's basically just very happy that we got the windmill working, and she thanks us. And if you're playing as a boy character, that is actually Renee's request. You have to complete that in order to marry her, which is very, very easy considering that that's something you have to do for the story anyways. So there we go. Let's quickly move on down to the clinic now and meet our second villager of the day before the clinic closes at 5 p.m. I just want to expand a bit about what I was saying about Gray. This here is his house, by the way. For those of you who haven't played Harvest Moon 64, he is running a ranch with his family, and he is the son of Doug, and Anne is actually his sister. That might sound weird to those of you who have played some of the other older ones like Mineral Town or Back to Nature to think that him and Anne were related and running a farm, but that is his Harvest Moon 64 incantation. Irene, is this enough pontata root? Yes, that's about right. Nick, this is our new apprentice Perry. Introduce yourself. Hello, I just started working here. My name is Perry. It's nice to meet you. Perry's pretty sharp. He's doing very well so far. Jin can't be everywhere at once, so it's certainly handy to have an extra person around here. Oh, I'm still just learning. I couldn't possibly help a patient by myself yet. Well, we'll see. Now, how did that medicine turn out? Good, I think. Mixing medicine is easy. Mixing a cake, now that's difficult. So we have yet another person who is going to be at the clinic on a regular basis to help out Irene and Jen, so that's sort of nice. And for those of you who have played Animal Parade, this might strike you as sort of weird to see Perry as an aspiring doctor, because in Animal Parade he is the priest, and so his role has completely changed from one game to another. And if I'm remembering correctly, we still have one villager that I can think of off the top of my head that we're missing, and I think that will probably be the last one. And if there's another one that's gonna come, I can't think of the name, or it's escaping me right now. We almost have a full sort of roster of villagers at this point, and so we are almost done filling up Waffle Island completely. And that's pretty much all that I wanted to cover. Obviously, we're going to be coming back in just a few short days for the flea market. And I might have a few more things to talk about then. I do believe the flea market's on the 22nd. And we also have another festival here on the 24th. So I pretty much only have a day tomorrow to play before we're back to check out our flea market. And if there's anything else I missed or anything else I can think of to sort of mention in that video that I failed to mention here, then I will definitely do that. Summer has just flown by. I've been very, very busy and very productive, and I can't believe it's almost the end of summer. It's going to be our last week, and then we'll be going into fall. And our second year is really just passing us by in an absolute flash. I can't believe it. I think we were pretty productive today. I'm pretty happy with the progress that we made. I'm going to go ahead and put my blue feather in my storage for now, just because I don't think I need it at the moment. I can sort of fix my rucksack up a little bit here. I have to make more marmalade. I'm running out, as you can see. I need that as a gift for Chase. And yeah, I have 30 blue herbs, which is a lot. And I have a lot of herbs from the other colors too, in case I need those. My fridge is still full. I'm still trying to make a very conscious effort to do some cooking and things like that, and I've been saving ingredients and putting those aside and those types of things. So I'm still continuing on with that. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little update, and hopefully I will see you next time.